Have you noticed it too? Just when life finally starts flowing, when you're manifesting, healing, doing everything right, suddenly everything falls apart. It's not bad luck. It's not punishment. It's a test. In this video, I'll show you why the universe challenges you right before your biggest breakthrough, and how to stay calm when everything around you shakes. Have you ever wondered why, even when you're doing everything right, manifesting, visualizing, staying positive, life still throws you curveballs? You start feeling better, things finally seem to flow, and then suddenly it all collapses. It's like the universe waits for that moment when you start believing, and then boom, something knocks you down again. In this video, I'll explain why this happens, how to work with it instead of against it, and what you can truly expect from life when you begin to grow consciously. Let's take a common example. Someone feels stuck and unhappy. Then one day they discover a video, a book, or maybe a simple meditation practice. They start to pay attention to their thoughts, emotions, and energy. They begin feeling gratitude, visualizing a better life, trying to shift their mindset. Think of life as a scale of energy and awareness. The lower you are on that scale, when you're frustrated, drained, or angry, the more you attract experiences that match that vibration. About 80% of what shows up in your life comes from what you consistently think, feel, and believe about yourself and the world. If your dominant thoughts are complaints, resentment, or fear, you'll continue to manifest situations that reflect exactly that energy. That's what manifesting really means. It's not just about wishing, it's about becoming a frequency that reality responds to. So imagine you're at level 1 on that scale, you've just hit rock bottom, but you're starting to climb out. You've decided to change. You're beginning to focus on gratitude, trying to think better thoughts. But because you're still near the bottom, your energy is fragile. You're easily affected by negative people, by doubt, by criticism. When you're in that early stage of growth, it's like planting a tiny seed. The seed is there, it has potential, but its roots aren't deep yet. If you share it too soon with people who live in negativity, they might pull it out of the soil with a single comment. You'll never make it. That's ridiculous. Who do you think you are? When your roots are shallow, even one cruel word can shake your belief. But if you stay patient, protect your thoughts, and keep nurturing your mindset, that seed will grow stronger roots. Eventually, no storm will be able to tear it out. This is the journey of conscious living. The process of becoming aware inside the matrix we all live in. Most people drift through life unconsciously, reacting to everything that happens. They call it luck or fate. One day things go up, the next day everything crashes. You earn money, then lose it. You find love, then lose your job. You start to feel happy, then something breaks down. And they say, "Why does this always happen to me?" But what's really happening isn't punishment. It's balance. The universe doesn't test you to be cruel. It tests your stability, your consistency, your energy. It wants to see if your roots are strong enough to hold the light you're asking for. When you live on autopilot, still chained to the patterns of the system, you hand over your power. You react chaotically instead of choosing. A good thing happens, you celebrate it for a moment, and then you forget. Before long, you're hooked back into old habits. Scrolling, blaming, numbing out. The next small setback then swallows all your mood and pulls you back into that same roller coaster. That's why the early stages of growth feel fragile. Imagine you've planted a tiny seed of change, the beginnings of a new habit, a new outlook. But your roots aren't deep yet. A single careless comment, a bit of criticism, or an unexpected problem can yank that seed out of the soil. When you're low on the scale of inner stability, everyday annoyances have reach. A red light, a spilled coffee, a flat tire. They hit you differently because your energy is shallow and easy to disturb. As you climb, though, something changes. The ordinary things that once rattled you no longer land. They don't pierce your field. Traffic, a rude driver, a missed delivery. These little disturbances bounce off because your inner foundation has grown steadier. That's what the shift looks like. Less reactivity, more calm. And yes, the system notices. The forces that feed off your agitation don't like it when you stop giving energy away. So what often happens next is oddly precise. A situation designed to provoke you, not just anyone, shows up, calibrated to your triggers. Picture this. You wake up, set your intention to be calm and feel aligned. You're heading to an important meeting when the universe seems to conspire. You get a flat, the car breaks down, or something else goes wrong at the worst time. The difference between someone who is grounded and someone who's still fragile is how they respond. One person shrugs and adjusts. The other lets the irritation swell, pours their life force into anger, and the day unravels. That energy gets drained, the meeting falls apart, the opportunity slips away. All because a small incident triggered a large emotional investment. The truth is, these disruptions will keep appearing, but they happen less and hit you softer the more you stabilize. If you give them your power, they repeat and escalate. The system learns what buttons to push. If you practice responding differently, catching the irritation, choosing breath over reaction, protecting your mental space, the provocations lose their effect. They still come, but they no longer derail you. So the work is simple in idea but not always easy in practice. Tend your inner garden. Let your roots go deep before you shout your plans from the rooftops. Protect that growing seed of change from quick critics and from your own impulse to give away your energy. The more you do, the less the world can shove you off course, and the more likely your reality will match the calm, steady frequency you're cultivating. You see, most people don't really get this. They still live as victims of life. They get angry, not because life is cruel, but because no one ever taught them how the system works. They hear that they can change their reality, but the moment something goes wrong, they rage. Why is this happening to me? I've been trying. I'm manifesting. I'm visualizing. But here's the truth. The world doesn't revolve around what you want. It responds to what you are. The universe doesn't pity you, it mirrors you. It doesn't hand out sympathy. It reflects your vibration. That may sound harsh, but it's freeing, because it means you're not helpless. You are the cause. You are the signal. What you think and feel consistently is what reality translates into your life. So stop expecting the world to fix itself for you. It won't, but you can change how you meet it. Every morning before the day starts, set your intention. Say to yourself, today I remain calm. Today I stay centered. Today will be the best day of my life. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. Because when challenges come, and they will, you'll recognize them for what they are. Not punishments, but tests. Every situation that tries to shake your peace is an invitation to grow stronger roots. You always have a choice. Listen to your wounded ego and spiral into anger, disappointment, self-pity, or take a breath, stay centered, and let it pass. You can still get mad, but get mad consciously. Feel it for 5 minutes, release it, and move on. That's emotional mastery. You're not a robot. You're learning to be aware of your reactions. Someone cuts you off in traffic? Don't give them your energy for 2 hours. Let it go. Every time you hand your anger, blame, or jealousy to someone else, you hand them your power. You're the captain who's left the wheel of your own ship, tossed around by the waves, with no idea where you'll end up. But the moment you grab the wheel again, that's when transformation starts. The higher your awareness, the less chaos can touch you. Tests will still come, tailored precisely to your triggers, but they'll lose their grip. You'll meditate, breathe, train your mind, and protect your peace. And yes, train your body too. Because discipline in the gym, in your breath, in your routines, it all builds the same muscle, inner resilience. When you push through a hard workout, your mind learns, I can endure this. And the next time life throws something heavy your way, you don't break. You've built strength not just in your arms, but in your spirit. That's the real meaning of growth. The tests never fully disappear, they just arrive less often. First twice a week, then once a month. And one day you realize that peace has become your default state. And that's it. That's the lesson life keeps teaching us, over and over, until we finally get it. Thank you for watching. If this message spoke to you, remember, every challenge, every emotion, every person you meet is a mirror guiding you back to yourself. Keep growing, keep grounding, and never stop becoming. If you're ready to go deeper into this journey, subscribe, stay connected, and join me in the next video. The path doesn't end here. It's only beginning.